and this is the Learning Wing at Online Techniques. So welcome everybody. I'm glad to see you all here. This is what we're doing tonight is part 2 of a 2-part series that we started not last week but the week before, I believe. I ended up with a rehearsal thing I had to do last week, and I'm all excited because I'm filming something tomorrow, and guess what? I get to play Bigfoot. So this afternoon I've been working on makeup and things like that. Tomorrow is a great big makeup day for me because I get to play Bigfoot in a comedy short tomorrow. So that should be fun. But tonight we're going to finish up our 2-part series on keyword research. And yes, John, the first one is recorded. They will both be on the website by Saturday. All right, these will definitely be up there by Saturday morning. You know, as everybody is probably aware, what's been going on is that the Google keyword tool is disappearing. It's been disappearing gradually from different areas geographically. I think it's just probably just about gone for everybody now. Last week we talked about how the entire situation with keywords has changed. And, you know, a lot of people were just all sorts of freaked out by this whole thing. But what we talked about last week is the fact that really you don't have to be that concerned, because what's happened since the big algorithm changes in 2012 that happened in the first half of 2012, that changed the entire game as far as keywords are concerned anyway. And really, I'm not concerned at all about the keyword tool going, because the only thing that I was using it for was to find out how many times something had been searched every month on Google. And because of the way that keywords work these days, I'm not so much concerned with that number anymore. As long as something is searched, I'm okay with it. Now, we used to teach something known as the 100,000 rule, which was, you know, if your competition is less than 100,000 on a narrow search with a keyword and you had at least 1,000 searches a month, then that was a good keyword to be using. Well, it's not that simple anymore, and at the same time, it's much, much, much more simple. The fact of the matter is this: the old style of niche marketing and using keywords, you know, focusing mainly on keywords to get yourself highly ranked for one search term, is not nearly as effective as it used to be. In fact, building niche blogs and things like that, if you remember, at the end of 2012, I did a whole series that I was intending on turning into a product on niche blogging and how to nail that #1 spot in Google in 24, 36 hours for the correct keywords. And the fact of the matter is that I never did complete that series. We completed it, but I never did finish it and turn it out because that whole style of doing things is obsolete. If you put together a web page the way that we used to do it then, and you focus really heavily on keywords, then you know, as the #1 thing, then you will probably actually get the Google slap and end up on page 60. So it's not a matter of doing that anymore. The algorithm has gotten much, much smarter, and in doing so, it's made the composition of a website much easier for us. Now, putting something on the front page of Google tomorrow is almost impossible these days. However, getting found and getting traffic from search engines all over the web is very easy if you give it a little time. Give yourself a month, you know, a month and a half. Work on a website, concentrate on one general subject, and provide good information, either original or curated or both, on that subject, and you will start getting found for the keywords that you target, and you will start getting found for all sorts of keywords that you never even thought of before. Last week in the first session, we went over something called LSI keywords, latent semantic indexing, and this is outrageously important to what's going on these days. Latent semantic indexing means that the Google algorithm and the other search engines as well, because they copied the whole thing, now look at the underlying subject of a web page. So the one I like to use for an example is the one that Don and I have been working on. It's called tipsabouthealthyliving.com. It's a curated website, which means we don't write the material, we go look for the material, and then we put it all in one place. And it's all about the subject of health, natural health, health supplements, yes, I'm recording, Don, weight loss, things like that. And we will target, keywords such as turmeric, eating carrots, healthy eating, healthy weight loss, fast weight loss for women, things like that. We have a whole list of keywords that we target when we write our introductory posts. However, we get found for all sorts of things that we never targeted. And the reason is because after a period of time, Google is looking at us and saying, number one, they're saying, okay, this is a respectable, good site that has a lot of good information on it about this subject, natural health. And so when searches come in that don't necessarily tie into any specific blog post of ours, Google may look at us and say, well, you know what? This is about this query is about this subject in general, and this website has something that's close to it, so we're going to put that on the front page because it's about the same subject. And here's why that's important. And I gave you a whole bunch of statistics last week, or in the last lesson, so listen to those and pay particular attention to this one. 25% of all searches entered in search engines are unique. They have never been searched before in exactly the same way. Now, this is because of all sorts of reasons. It's because English might be a second language to the person doing the searching. It's because somebody doesn't know how to, correctly put together a search string, or maybe they're just asking a question in as you would ask a question conversationally, or maybe they're trying to do a Boolean string together, where they're putting all these terms just together, bump, 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 bump. And, as Don and I look at what we're being found for in Tips About Healthy Living, we're being found for some totally nonsensical things. Some search terms that are like 20 words long, that you would never think of. And, the fact of the matter is they've never been searched in that way before, so they can't be indexed by Google. In other words, if you go to the Google keyword tool, if it was still there, you're not going to find it as a suggestion because nobody's ever done it before. However, the person searching that might very well be a nice kind of client for what we got. All right? At your particular website. So that's a quarter of all searches cannot be indexed by Google because they've never been done before. So LSI keywords gives us a way into that because Google will look at that search term and say, well, this is nonsense, but what the hell is it all about? Well, obviously they've got supplements and natural and blood pressure in there, so it's got to be something about health. They're looking for some health thing. So, what are our good health sites? What are our good natural health sites? Okay, we got this list of natural health sites that we're, serving things up from. And, this one has a blog post that has a few of those keywords. This one has a blog post that has a few of those. And we're going to serve those up. And boom, you end up in front of that guy. And you didn't do it by targeting the keyword. You did it by providing good information on one general subject over a period of time and posting often and consistently. Okay? Are you guys following me? Does that make sense? Because that's what we talked about last week. Give me a yes if that makes sense. Yes in the text chat, okay? If I've completely lost you so far, because this is a big change up of the game. If I've completely lost you, say no, I'm lost. But otherwise, please tell me yes, you're following me, okay? So I know that I've got you here with me. John is with me. Okay, Don is with me. Irene's with me. Okay. See, what this does, guys, is it makes it really easy for us. We don't have to be concerned so much with gaming the system. That's what we used to do. We used to game the system. We used to get as many keywords on a page as we could, you know. And we used to make sure we had all this stuff, and if we did that, wow, boom, you know. And it didn't so much matter if we had really good quality information and our site was very deep. That's a you know, an interesting word to use. Deep. In other words, you can go deeply into a site and get a lot of good information about one general subject. Or was it just 4 or 5 pages long? That was basically to get somebody there to click on AdWords or to click on your, you know, subscribe link or something like that. So as long as you are concentrating on posting good information based around your general keywords, and those are keywords that are actually searched, no matter if it's 1 time or 10,000 times, just so they are searched, then you're doing the right thing. And you don't have to worry anymore about how many times it's searched, because Google will serve you up for all sorts of things. Now, we're having our quick review, and that's what we've been doing here. This is our agenda for tonight. We've been discussing, you know, what do we really need? Well, we need Google search, because Google search will tell us what our competition is. That's nice to know. Now, it's not so much anymore that I look at the competition. In other words, how many websites are tied in to a search term. I don't necessarily look at that as being, am I going to go there or not? I look at it as, how long might it take me to rank for that search term? All right? Because if I'm doing consistent content every other day for a couple months on one subject, around one subject, then I can look at the numbers and I can say, okay, if it's under 100,000, I'm going to be ranking for that really fast. If it's 500,000, it's going to take me a little more. If it's 1 million, well, I probably should just keep going and posting and things and check that one occasionally, because it's going to take me some time. All right. I don't know, just popped me right out and popped me right back in. All right, so anyway, you know, good quality content over a period of time revolving around one, you know, your subject is going to get you found. And you don't really have to worry in the way we used to do about how to do this. But I still use Google search. And when you want to find out how many times something is searched a month, there's 2 things that I use. Google has replaced the keyword tool with the keyword planner. And I'm going to show you how to use that. Then the other thing that I use that I like better than the keyword planner is something called the SEO book search tool. Now that's actually the word tracker search tool, but it is better. And you need an SEO book, you need an account there to get it, but you can get a free account there and you don't ever have to pay for any of their stuff. And if you want to find SEO book, you can go to, I made a redirect just so you can find it easy. You can go to onlinetechniques.net/SEO book and just set up a free account there, and you can use their keyword tool. Now, I'm just going to quickly show you these 2 things, these 3 things rather, and show you how they work. I hope, and how I use them. I hope that the desktop sharing works and doesn't keep throwing me out of there. But we'll just deal with what we have to deal with. Like I say, the room's been really funky all afternoon. So here we go, all right? We'll have a question session after this. So no worries, if you got questions, just ask them in the text chat or hold them up until we're done here. And I'm just going to show you these 3 things: the Google search, keyword planner, and the SEO book search tool. So here we go, hold on. Yep, okay, you got it. All right, this is the first thing that I use. And of course, it's the same way we've used it before, and this is to find out, what our competition is. But it's also become more important because now it gives us, I really use it for suggestions too. I hope I have my, yeah. Because all of these being shown here are terms that have been searched at Google. Okay, so we know that we're getting suggestions right here. All right, supplements for weight loss, for anxiety, for runners, for hair growth. Now, if I want to look at things like this, I may go, okay, let's look that up. And of course, it's going to tell me I've got 115 million results. This is not a very good long tail keyword, but it does give me some suggestions. So let's look at supplements for weight loss, okay, and I've still got 52 million, but if I put this into quotation marks, that's going to take me down to 5,660,000. Now that's not a keyword that I would steer clear of anymore, okay? If I was, I'm a sizzle distributor, we have products for weight loss. I'm going to be talking about supplements for weight loss for a long time on my website. And so, I have no problem saying, okay, that's one of the ones we'll use. Because if I keep posting things on that for a period of months, I can get ranked on this. I have no doubt about it. If I build a high quality website, I can get ranked. It's just not going to happen in the next 2 weeks. All right? It's going to take me a little longer. Now, let's try some other things here. This is how I look for suggestions. Okay, if I take the quotes off, now I'm seeing, okay, best supplements for weight loss. I could try that one. Natural supplements for weight loss. Herbal supplements. Let's look at this one. Okay, and then I'll go put the quotation marks in, and I've got 1,370,000. Well, that would be a pretty good one. All right. Now, if I can get this down, if I can find ones that are at 100,000 or less, I know that one blog post I can put up there on that front page overnight in 48 hours at the most. Okay. Just do a really good, highly optimized blog post. Use your SEO presser, and then do a good distribution of this blog post to like 40 or 50 bookmarking sites using your OnlyWire, and you'll get ranked. It'll get ranked, especially if you can get people commenting on it. But this is how I search for suggestions. All right, all natural supplements. And here's how you can do this, guys. You can say A. All right. Let's see. Where am I doing this? Okay. All natural. What natural? Let's do this. B, best natural. Let's go back and do C's. Nothing. D, Dr. Oz natural supplements. E, F. Yeah, okay, it'll give you all sorts of suggestions, and you can go back here. Wait, did we just lose the desktop? Okay, so I will do things like take the natural off of there and see what other suggestions come up. I'll work my way around on the front and the back of this until I make a whole list of suggestions, and then I'll put them in the order that the competition comes in. So that I have the least competition at the top, and I'll go down to the ones with the most competition. But I'll probably use all of them that apply. All right. Now, if I want to find out how many times these things are searched during the month, this is my competition here. Does everybody, understand how I use this? Give me a yes in the text chat if you understand this part of it. Okay. Because I want to move on real quickly. All right, so everybody's got this. This will tell us what our competition is. I'll take a notepad file and I'll take the ones I'm going to use, and I'll put what the competition is in the narrow search. You only need to be concerned about the narrow search with the quotes around it. I'll put what the competition is with it, and I'll put those in order. Then, if I want to use the Google keyword tool, at this point, you got to have an AdWords account. All right. Now, it doesn't matter if you use it or not. You can go get an AdWords account for free and just, mine's even been suspended, okay, because I broke a rule about 400,000 years ago that I didn't understand was there, and Google suspended the account here. I've got another one that I can use, but just to show you, this account is actually suspended, but that you can still use all the tools. So you don't have to pay for it. It's going to ask you to put in your credit card. Go ahead and do it. You don't spend any money unless you use, unless you put up ads. And that's not something I advise anybody to do unless you're really experienced with it. So, but once you get to your AdWords account, if you go to Tools and Analysis, you'll find the Keyword Planner. And it works in a very similar way to the keyword tool. It just gives you the information in a little different way. And like the keyword tool, it's kind of a pig. You can see how long it's taking to load. No, you can't, can you? Because I can tell the thing pops up and says service inactive. Okay, hold on. We got to turn on desktop sharing again. I'm telling you, I'm being real honest with you guys. I may end up being a GoToMeeting guy here real soon because I have not been able to do desktop sharing for months without these problems. All right, tell me when you got this, when you're seeing the Keyword Planner. Let me know if you can see that. Okay. All right, so this is what you see when you see the Keyword Planner, and it's going to ask you what you'd like to do. Search for a keyword and add group ideas, enter keywords to see how they perform. Let's see, and I believe it's this one we want to go to. Yeah, this is the same kind of interface that we had before, and what we're going to do here is we're going to put natural supplements, all right? And we don't need to put the rest of this stuff, but you can choose whether, now the nice thing about this is it kind of puts all the information in one place, so instead of just having to choose targeting in one place, you can choose like the United States and Canada together, all right? You can look for Google, you can look for Google and search partners. So this works in, this is if you want to know about the search. This is if you want to know about the search and other places that Google ads might show up, like in AdSense ads and things like that. And we don't want to do that. But anyway, and you can exclude negative keywords. So I'm going to put this in here, and I'm going to click Get Ideas. And it's going to go ahead through this. And it's going to, where is this? I don't want to see this. I don't know how I opened that up. At any rate, it's going to give me, let me do this. It's going to give me the information here. Now this is the monthly searches. Let's say natural remedies, search, it's other suggestions that are tied into it. And it's going to give me keyword ideas. Hold on. Yeah, we're on keyword. There we go. All right. So natural supplements, that's what you want to click, is keyword ideas. Natural supplements is searched 2,400 times a month. It says the competition is high. And I don't care about this other stuff. So actually, it gives me a bunch of suggestions down here. And here is, the monthly searches. All right. And you can go up and down here. And now, this is okay. Wilbur says, I hate that thing. It gives you the information in a different way. And what it does is, like this, for instance, you can look here and you can see what the, for the last 12 months, what the searches are per month. And this is all based on averages. It tries to make a lot of decisions for you. And what it's doing is it's trying to make it easier for people who are creating ad groups at AdWords. And it's really, really good if you're doing that. However, if you're doing what we do, which is just raw, keyword research, it's not quite as good because it's taking a lot of the decisions out of your hands. So there is this, and it's basically the same kind of thing. Wilbur, type in and tell us why you hate it. I'm interested. Because a lot of people have, to me, it's not that much different because I only paid attention to certain stuff anyway. Now, if you type in the text chat, if you got a second, I'm going to go on, but type in the text chat why you hate it. But basically, this is the same information that we got before. All right. Now, a better way to do it, and one that I like better, is the one over at SEO Book. Now, if you go over there, onlinetechniques.net/SEO Book, set up a free account, you'll log in, and you'll find it right here. SEO Tools, the keyword tool. And as long as you have a free account, you can use this thing. Now let's do this. I'm just going to put in natural supplements, all right? And we're going to submit that. I'm not going to say show Google Insights. It gets too complicated. And, I like this stuff simple. So here's what we're looking at, guys. Now, this is the whole thing. I mean, there's nothing over there. So it's going to give me all of the things. There's natural supplements. There's natural supplements for weight loss, natural testosterone supplements. These are all things that have been searched either on Google, on Bing, or on Yahoo. All right? They're all listed right here. So this gives me more suggestions, and I like it better. All right? Now, it gives you some other things in here. It gives the Google daily estimate for Google. And this one right here is the daily estimate for Yahoo and Bing combined. And this is the daily estimate for all three search engines. So this is really cool, okay? Because you're not just getting the information from Google, you're also getting this. And you can, if you want to look at it, you can go look at it here and see how it looks over there, and how this is split up at Yahoo and Bing. But basically now, this, and there's quite a difference between 1,680 searches, which is what you'd see on the keyword planner, and 2,374. All right. Now, the 1,346 is the word tracker count. And the word tracker is sort of a more realistic thing that says, how many out of the overall daily estimate of these three combined, how many are real searches of people searching for these? That's what word tracker tries to do. And it uses its own algorithm to tell you, okay, every day there may be 2,374 average searches for this term. However, it really boils down in their research to about 1,346 people who are actually looking for natural supplements for weight loss. All right. I'm not so sure. I haven't gone into detail about how they do that, but word tracker is really well respected. And this number is really important to a lot of folks who know their stuff out there. So, but this is the overall total of what, here it comes. I just want to show you because it makes a very, very nice CSV file. See? There are all of the terms, and then right over here is the word tracker count, the Google count, Yahoo, MSN, overall daily estimates, and then it's got the exact match and everything else over there. But I like this because I can go into word tracker and run what I want in my general, thing, get all my suggestions here, and all of the statistics right along with it in a CSV file, so I don't have to be fooling around online. Okay? So, Hold on. Now we get to come out of desktop sharing. There. Now, were you guys able to follow that? I'm sorry about having all the strange stuff go on and getting knocked out all the time. At least you guys didn't get knocked out. It's just me. So those are the things that I use. I use sometimes I use the Google keyword planner, but mostly I use the word tracker at SEO Book, and I use the Google search the same way we always did. But I'm not paying attention really to how many times something is searched every month. I don't really care, because as long as I'm posting on my subject, I'm going to get found for all sorts of things that can't be found at the Google Keyword Planner or at Word Tracker. So does anybody have any questions about all this stuff? Go ahead and put it in the text chat if you do, or you can have the mic. Wilbert says he hates, you do mainly stuff in Spanish, and you waste so much time looking for good targeted keywords. Yeah, the thing is, Wilbert, don't waste the time anymore. You know what you're writing about. If it pops up in the search, in the Google search, I can give. That's what I was saying. I would just look for the words in the Google search. If they show up in the Google search, they are being used as keywords. They are searched. So, yeah, SEO Presser still works great. You want to have your on-page SEO done correctly, But so you want to use, with the new version of SEO Presser, you want to use the 3 keywords, and you want to make sure those 3 keywords are keywords that are searched, and then you want to put together a nice blog post that's optimized correctly using your SEO Presser so that your on-page SEO is correct, and put it out there. But mainly you have it revolve around what you want to say, and not worry about how many times things are searched every month, because the LSI keywords and that whole system will ensure that you'll get found for all sorts of things, as long as you're putting good information up about your subject. SEO Book, Paul. You can find it there. All right. That will take you to the SEO Book place, and then you can set up a free account, and then you can use their tool. But it's so much easier. I just don't worry about this stuff anymore. Don says, as we are discovering, if we just put out good information on the one, revolving around natural health, and then when we do a blog post, for instance, we'll pick a keyword for that from our list of, a long list of different keywords. Like if it's a weight loss one, we'll look at our weight loss keywords, and we'll say, okay, I'm using this one this time. And we'll make our blog post about, built around that keyword, or 3 of them, and that's it. Then we'll just turn these out, and as I say, we're getting found for all sorts of things. Yeah. Yeah, so anybody got any questions? That's it, guys. It's a lot simpler than it used to be. I would just, concentrate on writing good information about your subject. Have some keywords that are searched, that are, search terms that people use, that you come back to and you use all the time in your writing. And figure out, okay, today I'm writing about this subject, so which of my keywords fit that subject? Okay, I'll use these. And then tomorrow I'm writing about this subject, this part of my, of my subject, and for that I'll use those 3 keywords. And that's it. Just turn it out and do it. Don't try to do this laser focused on one keyword thing anymore, because it doesn't work. And if you do this, and like John says, have a little patience, and you won't need much, because you'll start, as long as you're doing good distribution, you will get found. And it'll start paying off very quickly. We've only been doing the tips about healthy living things since, actually we're getting close to 6 months now. But if we don't do anything on it, if we don't post anything for a couple of weeks, we still don't go below 30 or 35, 25, 35 visitors a day. And that's just from getting found in search engines. So, and that adds up over the course of a month. 25 a day adds up, multiply it by 30. And, you're getting visitors, a nice amount of visitors per month. And then if you do more and you stay consistent, you get more visitors. So that's it. I guess if there's no questions, you guys, if you have questions, you can Skype me. You know how to get in touch with me and things like that. There's my email. There's my Skype name. You can, always find me. I know Janet and Don are... Don, you're going to be doing more about curation this weekend, I suppose, and it'll be your part 2 on curation on Saturday. Janet's gone, so cool. That'll be a really cool one. I really liked last week. That was very cool, and I'm glad you're doing it, because it's a really neat technique, and it takes away a lot of. Especially in conjunction with this, it takes away a lot of pressure for people who don't feel that confident about writing, So tune in with Don this Saturday, 9 a.m. Pacific, noon Eastern at getlivetraining.com. And we'll be talking all about how to do curation. That's very, very cool. All right, and next week, I have no idea at all what